In this question, we've got to solve this equation. It's a fractions question with algebra in it. If you're doing a taking away with fractions, the first thing you always need to do is find the lowest common denominator. That's basically the smallest thing that these two numbers divide into. The smallest thing that 2 and 3 go into is 6. So what we're going to do, first of all, is change these fractions into both over 6 fractions. So on the first fraction, I've times my bottom number by 3. I've times 2 by 3 to get it to be 6. Because I've times the bottom of this fraction by 3, I need to times the top of the fraction by 3. So instead of having 3x, I'll have 3 times by 3x. Instead of having plus 1, I'll have 3 times by plus 1. Now the fraction on the right, I've times the bottom number by 2. So I need to times everything on the top by 2. So I have 4x plus 10. I've still got my 1 over here. Now rather than write those fractions down as two separate ones, because they're both over 6, I can just put it as one big fraction. I've got 9x plus 3 minus 4x. Now you need to be careful. That minus needs to go in front of every bit in this. It's like it's in a bracket. You have to think of fractions as being like in brackets here. So it's minus plus 10. And that equals 1. Now that minus plus, a minus sign and a plus sign together make a minus. So I can change that to just a minus sign. Now, I've still got a fraction here. Fractions aren't good. I need to change it out of a fraction. I can do that by getting rid of the 6. Now you can't just get rid of it. If it's dividing on this side, on the other side, you can multiply by it. So I've got my 9x plus 3 minus 4x minus 10 equals 1 times my 6. I've moved the 6 to the other side where I've multiplied. Now, let's look at this. I've got 9x, take 4x. That's 5x. I've got 3, take away 10. That's minus 7. And on the right hand side it equals, I've got 6. Now it's a simple equation. And to solve this, the first thing you do is shift that 7 to the other side where it becomes an adding 7. It's a minus on one side, it'll be add on the other. So you'll get over here 6 plus 7. So I've got there 5x equals 13. To get what 1x is equal to, I need to shift the 5. It's a timesing 5, so on the other side it'll be a dividing 5. It'll be 13 divided by 5. There's nothing wrong in you leaving your answer like that as a fraction. 5 though goes into 13 twice with a remainder of 3. So it's exactly the same as 2 and 3/5. 5 went into 13 twice, remainder of 3. If you wanted to do it as a decimal, that would be 2.6. Any of those answers there will be fine for that question.